would suffice.
The divine prosecution provides protection for all, even newcomers. But even we need help. What with all the incidents springing up around the island. Care to take on a contract? We've got another invasive species making their homes here on Summerset and disrupting the natural order. It's the reef vipers this time. Vicious vermin. I have reports that they're breeding in record numbers out in Waston Coraldale. Yes, indeed. The sea elves regularly goad their nasty pets into our waterways. If left unchecked, they'll devastate the local fauna and move on to do it all again. We need to root out these nests before the vipers spread to the mainland coast. I thought the contract was self-explanatory. Do you require more information, or did you just want to chat before you completed your assigned task? Wild reef vipers are large, toothy ambush predators. Dangerous, but easily taken by a skilled hunter. It's the ones the sea elves train as pets that you'll need to worry about. But there's slim chance finding one of those. They breed them to be bigger, smarter, and nastier than their wild kin. Obedient as any warhound, and 10 times as dangerous at least. There have to be sea elves around for you to encounter some, so no need to worry yourself about them. There would have to be sea elves, for one, and there's nothing of interest to them in Waston Coraldale, except maybe some leisure fishing. Once you've handled the viper nests, you should try some angling. It's good biting season in those parts.
Stendarr, keep us safe. Your children walk a dangerous path. in this together.
That was fast. I'm impressed. And you know what would impress me even more? If you tell me that you've successfully completed the contract. Fantastic! One less unwanted nuisance to worry about on our fair shores. Thank you for your contribution to keeping our home pure. The divine prosecution never rests, so long as there's malevolent forces set to defile our beloved island. The divine prosecution enforces both secular and religious law. We're charged with maintaining the moral integrity of the entire island. As such, we conduct many different types of investigations, including those that deal with Daedra. Of course not. Some wrong-thinking Altma sometimes gets a heretical idea and says an inappropriate prayer or joins a half-hearted cult. But this is Summerset. To be honest, most of our real problems center around newcomers to our fair isle. We represent law and order in Summerset. As such, we investigate crimes of all sorts of legal infractions. We're lawkeepers and protectors of religious and social mores. Due to the sudden uptick in incidents, we've been forced to seek outside help. Not in the least. After all, I was the one who suggested the idea to the High Magistrate. In my experience, newcomers are well suited to the incidents we need to contract out. In Summerset, every native-born Altma has a place and purpose. Everyone has their hands full just trying to stay on the path to Alaxon, the path to perfection. But newcomers, they're just brimming with idleness and the need for a purpose. Are you ready for a contract? I'm sure a newcomer such as yourself has plenty of time to spare for a worthy endeavor. We've seen a precipitous rise in the sale and exchange of forbidden books, and not just the coarse literature from the mainland. I'm talking about something dangerous. Worm cult tomes. Needless to say, we can't have books like that floating about. No. A colleague of mine, Esulo, has already seen to that. He just needs some help ensuring the books are safely removed from Summerset. You'll find him in Golden Griffin, at the bar, no doubt. The divine prosecution doesn't pay until the contract is complete, so get back to it. Sorry if I seem cagey. Members of the Sijic Order value their privacy. Esulo most of all. You'll find that he's always quite engaged and doesn't like to be disturbed. That said, he's been invaluable in tracking down the Worm King's books. He made contact with me. I thought it odd given my junior position in the prosecution, but he was very insistent. He said I was perfect because I am pliable and eager to please. Backhanded compliments, but compliments nonetheless.
Ah, you've arrived at last. Come, join me. I assume that my friend in the divine prosecution, Justicia Tenorian, provided you with the details? Or should I say, the details he was privy to? The tap hand called it a stout of orcish origin, I believe. I have no idea why they would name a drink after a short and goodly man, but it's delicious. This is beer? Fascinating. I was under the impression that all beer was fetid swill. I've spent centuries in quiet study, but it seems I still have much more to learn. Ah, you've arrived at last. Come. I do. Books penned by the Worm King himself. The divine prosecution is eager to see these tomes driven out of Summerset, but they move too hastily. Clumsy prohibitions and graceless raids only make these books more valuable to collectors. You must lock them away in the Trader's Vault, a forbidden ruin on our Isle of Atraeum. I would do it myself, but I am woefully unprepared for fights with undead horrors. A Sigic's power lies in quiet study, not flashing steel. You understand? Manimarco spent his youth experimenting in the vault, and by all accounts, he guarded his works jealously, storing his books in warded chests. If you place these tomes in the appropriate chests, they should be safe from would-be necromancers. Very little, and that's by design. Even now, 300 years later, Manimarco's influence lingers over that place. The air is thick with the smell of old books and rot. It is a place of evil, pure and simple. Some have tried. It always goes poorly. The Right Master decided it would be best to just lock it away and forget it. Not a popular choice in some circles, but we Sigics are nothing if not patient.
Can't wait to explore this place. I know, I'm strange. Your prowess was befitting a knight. Well done. I'm at your service. I bet I can bang the dents from my armor while we're in town. On the move.
Keel splitter? These sailors and their pet names.
It's good to see you back, Deputy. Dare I hope you bring news of your success? Well done! Let's hope those vile things are sealed away for good. You have the thanks of the Office of Divine Prosecution, and the Sigic Order, I suspect. If Esulo recovers any more of those books, I'll know who to call. The Divine Prosecution never rests, so long as there's malevolent forces set to defile our beloved island. The Divine Prosecution provides protection for all, even newcomers. But even we need help, what with all the incidents springing up around the island. Care to take on a contract? The Cult of Finaster has petitioned us to recover articles of faith from Kingshaven Pass, so they may pay proper respects to their pilgrims lost there. Very significant work, just not pressing. So perfect for you. No, they're assuredly dead. Kingshaven Pass is very dangerous, teeming with goblins and griffins, but the cult considers the pilgrimage a test of faith. Recovering their articles would be viewed favorably by the religious authorities. I thought the contract was self-explanatory. Do you require more information, or did you just want to chat before you completed your assigned task? The items you're recovering are devotional, but also very personal. Objects with a deep spiritual connection to the departed. Through them, the priests will bless the fallen pilgrims' souls on their new journey. Of sorts. There will be a ceremony, but perhaps significance would have been a better choice of words. It'll bring proper closure for the departed and the survived. Every year there are a few who never complete their pilgrimage, but lately it's become a much more common occurrence. Patrols that would hold the goblins and beasts in check aren't a priority in these troubled times.
Be nice to get off my feet. take no pleasure in killing. But I'm glad we're alive and they're not. This is not the end of our tale! What do you think we'll find around the next corner? Back in the saddle.
You, newcomer, you appear to need direction.
I do so appreciate when one of my deputies returns with all their limbs still attached. Tell me, were you successful in your investigation? That's a very meaningful gesture from a newcomer. The Office of Divine Prosecution will have to handle their official return, of course, to preserve the integrity of the fallen, but I'm sure the families will be grateful for their return. The Divine Prosecution always appreciates those willing to risk life and limb for the citizens of Summerset.
A few coins would survive.
Are you ready for a contract? I'm sure a newcomer such as yourself has plenty of time to spare for a worthy endeavor. We've been gathering reports of a Meridia cult for years, but only recently were we able to find them in Aton near Grotto. However, it seems that their worship attracted the attention of Daedra. Most of the cultists, if not all, are dead. We've gotten some troubling reports of the Daedra creating cocoons. There's dozens of them now, spreading throughout the cave. We need you to destroy them. Oh, and burn any sacrilegious text you find. No need for that material to remain. Remember, the Divine Prosecution placed a great deal of trust in you with this assignment. We wouldn't want to give newcomers a bad name, so go out and get it done. While I'm not privy on the exact details, speculation is hardly necessary. I suspect that their Daedric worship attracted dark forces. Divine retribution, if you will. It's simply not worth our resources to investigate. We noticed these cocoons during our first scouting mission, glowing malevolently. Since then, they seem to have increased in number. You don't have to be a daedrologist to sight the potential danger. We're not exactly sure. It could be a summoning ritual of some sort, perhaps even a method to breed. Given time, I'm sure these cocoons will bring forth nothing but ill intent. It's up to you to destroy them, for the good of all. Why do I... My... What an odd question. These texts are meant to spread misinformation about the so-called benefits of Daedric worship. To destroy them would be to protect the moral integrity of Summerset's citizens. Wisdom gained through tainted words can hardly be called wisdom at all. Why allow this filth to clutter the minds of good Mer? I'm afraid a newcomer just wouldn't be able to understand. We noticed these cocoons during our first scouting mission, glowing malevolently. Since then, they seem to have increased in number. You don't have to be a dendrologist to sight the potential danger.
Poor thing. What do you suppose they do for fun around here?
Greetings, Deputy. Were you able to complete your assignment? Excellent. The furnace is the only suitable place for any Daedric scripture, and destroying those cocoons should put an end to those Daedra's dark machinations. You've done Summerset a great service, Deputy. And so quickly, too. My. The Divine Prosecution always appreciates those willing to risk life and limb for the citizens of Summerset. Ah, to be free of all responsibility. A terrifying thought, truth be told. Let's get you a contract and give you some purpose. The Divine Prosecution has been tasked to recover rows of Archon blossoms on behalf of the Sapiarchs. Not life-threatening, perhaps, but still of vital importance to several of their religious ceremonies. Well worth the risks, I assure you. I'm afraid that Archon's Grove has been recently taken over by a pack of werewolves. Most dreadful, but the Divine Prosecution cannot reassign resources to manage the outbreak. You'll have to go in alone. Are you willing to take on this assignment? I do believe you'll need to leave the area if you actually want to complete the contract I gave you. To understand that, you must know the legend of Nenimil, Archon of Song. He was an orphan and poet, and would often sing of the beauty of Mara. He felt that he could feel no greater love than that of the goddess who was mother to all creation. Nenimil wished for nothing more than to see Mara herself. He searched all of Summerset, visiting holy sites and seeking rumors of her presence. Then, one day he came upon the most exquisite flowers, beautiful roses that seemed to shine in the light. He realized the truth. Mara wasn't a mere being, but rather beauty itself. Her goodness was in all exquisite things, such as the rose he had found. He dedicated his life to teaching that. His rose has been used to honor Mara ever since.
You're the one who discovered Vicereeve Peladil's involvement with the Veiled Heritance.
Move your feet! Get moving! Protect us from harm.
time is precious.
Newcomer, are you ready to administer justice?
It's good to see you back, Deputy. Dare I hope you bring news of your success? Ah, very good. The Sapiarchs will be pleased to hear it. From what I've heard, their 58th day of the Divine Reverence tomorrow is soon to take place. These roses are vital to that ceremony. Your diligence is duly noted by the Divine Prosecution. I could never imagine the newcomers would be this helpful to the Divine Prosecution's efforts. It's simply astonishing. Don't merely be a visitor to Summerset. Help uphold its justice. Ah, to be free of all responsibility. A terrifying thought, truth be told. Let's get you a contract and give you some purpose. The Divine Prosecution has been following the Sagations for quite some time. A group of researchers who are truly no better than bandits. We've discovered that they are currently holed up in the ruins of Torheim Card. They've stolen many valuable relics, and we need you to recover them. We also wish to keep tabs on their movements. I suspect most of the Sagations have written plans on their person. Collect those plans using any means necessary. I do believe you'll need to leave the area if you actually want to complete the contract I gave you. A group of scholars who found the laws of Summerset to hold too many limitations. They've abandoned all scruples, researching dangers that are best left forgotten or destroyed. And they'll use any means to obtain their dark ends. Thievery is quite common. We've gotten a flood of reports in the last year alone of missing relics, all tied to this one organization. They've also begun bribing government officials, though we've no leads yet on who. They're most likely conducting experiments of some kind. Honestly, this isn't the first time a dangerous party has taken over Torheim Card. I've often found that secluded ruins attract that sort of attention.
Ready to ride. Can't wait to explore this place. I know, I'm strange.
There's no end to their number.
I hope I was of some assistance. see it done!
You've caught me at a...
Griffin feathers of all things.
That was fast. I'm impressed. And you know what would impress me even more? If you tell me that you've successfully completed the contract. And collected the plans as well. Very good. These will be useful for tracking their movements. As soon as we have the resources, we'll rid Summerset of this filth once and for all. I thank you for your service. Live well and serve, Deputy. I could never imagine the newcomers would be this helpful to the Divine Prosecution's efforts. It's simply astonishing.